right. Hi, guys. Here is our science lesson for today. You should have already taken out the observation sheet and observed your plant today to see if you see any changes. Do you see any root coming out? Do you see the root growing? Do you see a bud coming out? You see any green? Anything's changed? You needed to go ahead and quickly write that down, draw it, and then write today's date at the top of that paper. So you're going to be doing that every day for the next 2 weeks in science, but you're just going to, it shouldn't take 10 minutes max, and that's it, because we have another science lesson we need to get to. Okay, so this is the science lesson I wanted you guys to get to today. So we're learning about homes for living things. Yesterday you should have read a little bit in the book about living things and places where they live. Today you should have read how are animals alike and how they're different. Today we're going to watch this video, and when we're done, I want you to be thinking, because when we're done, you're going to make a bubble chart about the animal that you want to do, and then you're going to write 4 facts about that animal. Maybe its habitat, where it lives, what it eats. I don't know. It's your choice, okay? So let's go ahead and watch the video for now, and then we'll talk about the activity later.
Excited for a trip to the zoo? I can't wait to see all my favorite animals. How do we classify animals? When you classify, you sort things into groups to show how they are alike. Because there are many kinds of animals, it can help to classify them in different ways. All animals are divided into 2 main groups, vertebrates and invertebrates. A vertebrate is an animal that has a spine or backbone. People are vertebrates. You can feel your spine going all the way up your back and through your neck. Lions, fish, birds, snakes, and even turtles are all vertebrates. An invertebrate is an animal that does not have a spine. Insects like butterflies and grasshoppers are invertebrates. So are spiders, worms, mussels, starfish, and squid. Most of the world's animals are invertebrates. Scientists classify vertebrates and invertebrates into even more groups. What are mammals? Mammals are vertebrates that get milk from their mothers when they are very young. They breathe air with lungs and have hair or fur. Right, Moby, people are mammals. Some mammals live in water, like whales, but they still have lungs to breathe oxygen, so they need to come up for air. They even have hair. The smallest mammal in the world is the bumblebee bat. It's about the size of a thumb. Bats are the only mammals that fly like birds. But what are birds? Birds are vertebrates, and they're the only animals that have feathers. Birds have a beak, 2 wings, and 2 legs. They also lay eggs, and most care for their young. No, Moby, not all birds fly. Penguins are flightless birds. They dive and swim to hunt for fish. What are fish? Most fish are vertebrates that live in water. Fish have gills to help them breathe and take in oxygen out of the water. Many have scales, which help them move through the water. Sharks and stingrays are also fish. They have gills, but they don't have scales. Their bodies are made out of cartilage. It's the same stuff that's in our nose and ears. Some animals spend time in water and on land. What are amphibians? Amphibians are animals that have adapted to live on water and land. Right, frogs are amphibians. They hatch from tiny, soft eggs in the water. When they're tadpoles, they breathe through gills and live underwater. As they get older, most frogs grow lungs to help them breathe on land. Many amphibians can breathe underwater through their skin, which takes oxygen out of the water. Toads, salamanders, newts, and caecilians are all types of amphibians. Amphibians are cold-blooded. Not exactly, Moby. Cold-blooded animals use the environment to help control their own body temperatures. They can use heat from the sun to warm up, or they might use water or shade to cool down. Insects, most fish, and most reptiles are cold-blooded animals. What are reptiles? Reptiles are vertebrates. They breathe using lungs, and their bodies are covered by scales. Most reptiles lay eggs, kind of like birds. Snakes, lizards, crocodiles, and tortoises are all reptiles. Even though sea turtles live in the ocean, they're reptiles too. They've adapted to live in their ocean environment. I'm confused. What kind of animal are you? You're definitely not a reptile, Moby.
Okay. All right, so now what you're going to do is you're going to choose a kind of animal, and you're going to tell me if it's a reptile or a mammal. So I'm going to choose my animal is going to be a tiger. Okay, so Miss Selena's going to pass out paper, or if you're at home, you're going to get a piece of paper. It could be construction paper if you have some. And then you're going to write a bubble in the middle of your paper, and you're going to write what your animal is in the middle. And then you're going to draw 4 lines with bubbles. It's going to look like this. Okay? It's called a bubble map. And in each bubble, you're going to write a fact about your animal. So, is it a mammal or is it a reptile? Remember, mammals have fur on them and they drink milk from their mothers. Is it a mammal? A tiger is a mammal, so I'm going to write mammal. If you did tiger, you can do the same. If you want to do another animal, then you have to write that, okay? And then, let's see, what does a tiger eat? It eats meat, right? So is that a carnivore or an herbivore? That's a carnivore, but we haven't really learned that yet. So you can just say meat eater. Okay, I wrote meat eater. All right, what else? What kind of environment does the tiger live in the cool or the hot? Well, it depends what kind of tiger, but the Siberian tiger is the one I'm referring to, the orange one. And that one lives in India in the hot, so its environment is hot weather. So write hot weather. Okay, and then tell me one more fact, any fact, okay, about your animal. And then if you want, if you have extra time, you can draw a picture here and decorate your paper. Okay? All right, guys. It could be any animal. It could be an insect, whatever you want. All right. Have fun learning. I'll see you later.